Yeah, it really is.
Oh, so now it's going to be better audio today?
Yeah, I'm glad I almost didn't come back.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. I'm excited to have Mike speaking here today. He's got a unique philosophy that he has been working on for about 28 years in business, the research that he's done. So you have a unique opportunity to actually listen to what he's actually put in practice and learned and researched and just and packaged it all up quite nicely for you guys. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear what he has to say, and with that, would you please help me welcome Mike Stromsoe.
Thank you, Dion. Good morning, everybody, again, and I'm honored to be here, and I can't thank Dion and Patrick and their entire team enough for putting this entire week together, because if you've had a chance to participate, it's been absolutely amazing. But the good news is we've got 3 full days to go. So if you've been busy this week and everything, take advantage of what they've got to offer today, tomorrow, and Friday. It's great stuff. And the other good news is, talk to Patrick afterwards, because he's got this thing streaming all over possibly the world. Yes. So, if you can't make it here personally, there's an opportunity to, watch what's happened, or, now or later or live. It's great, great stuff. So I couldn't be honored enough to be here this morning. I have a unique philosophy that I have developed over 28 years in business, and I want to share a piece of it with you this morning. It's the mindset for success. I'm not sure that I'm worthy of speaking on this subject, but I do have a lot of experience. And I want to share with you some of the experiences that I've put in place in my own life that have led to the place that I stand today. And it's stuff that I've done that I personally still do, and I hope that you can take something out of today that will help you in your personal life, in your business life, both, and most importantly, that will make a difference for other people that you come in contact with. So let's get going this morning. One thing that I love to do is get you thinking right off the get-go. You got a couple of things in front of you, and this is something that I created with Dion, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Really, I believe this in my heart of hearts that it's absolutely accurate. If you look at this, there's only one person standing between you and success, right? Who is it? It's you. If you want to have more, you have to become more. So the one thing that we need to work on more than anything else is us. Okay? It doesn't mean that we're bad or we're not doing good things, but we can always become better. So the thing that I want to encourage you this morning with, you also got a piece of paper in front of you this morning. Everybody have a pen? Anybody need a pen? Raise your hand if you need a pen. Okay, everybody's got one. I want to spend just a couple of minutes. Again, welcome. We're honored that you're here today. Okay, that you've invested time today in yourself, in your family, in your legacy, in your business, and everything else. So, fantastic job for taking the time. And I want to start this morning with something that I call the realistic magic wand. The realistic magic wand. So, I want to get really clear on where you're at. And I want you to get really clear. I don't want these back. I want you to take them with you. And I want you to implement something if you identify something. So I'm going to give you about a minute, okay? And this form, I've used this many times over in my own life. What's important to you? I mean, what's critically important? It can be personal, professional, both. Maybe it's somebody else. Who knows? What's important to you? Why is it important? And most importantly, your action plan. Okay, so it doesn't have to be long and lots of words. Just what I call brain sprint. I want you to brain sprint this morning. What's important to you? Why is it important to you? And most importantly, what's your action plan to either share that with somebody else, to take the next step, or to make it even better? Okay, so I'll give you about 45 seconds, 45, 60 seconds. Okay, we'll begin to wrap it up. I like to go more time to let you do this, but my encouragement is, again, take this with you, and if you didn't get anything down or you want to add more later, please do so. And most importantly, if this thought process helped you, share it with somebody else, because that's where the real wins are, and we're going to talk a lot about that today, all right? So please, for the benefit of others, if you identify just one thing in our time together today that you take action on, please be willing to promise yourself, your family, those you care about, your business team members, and anybody else that when you leave today, and this is the key, when you leave today, you've got to implement, execute, and take action. We can think about it all we want, we can discuss it all we want, but the real benefits happen after we take action. And when we take action, sometimes good things will happen, sometimes we're going to learn a lesson through a little bit of trial and error, right? But my greatest mentor, one of my greatest mentors, the wealthiest mentor that I ever learned from said this. He said, did anybody die? And I know that's a little bit harsh, but at the end of the day, if nobody died, then hey, we're good. We can overcome it again, right? Right? So I think about that a lot. Hey, stuff happened. It's meant that we're to learn a lesson from that. So let's learn the lesson, fix it, and move on. Okay? What's coming to you is coming from you. And I recently learned this from this gentleman right here. This guy was a really good friend of mine. And he unfortunately left us way too early. But, you know, in our discussions, we discussed everything happens for a reason. Okay? And I learned this from him. What's coming to you is coming from you. So when you think about things that happen in your own life, think about, let's say something not so great happens, a conversation with somebody doesn't go the way that maybe you thought it should. Well, step back and think about, how could I have contributed differently to that conversation? Make sense? I mean, there's things that we could do, and I think about every situation that maybe doesn't go as well as it could. I think about, what could I have done better to make that situation better? How could I have spoken differently? Was it my tonality? Was it my actions? Was it my body language? We don't know. But if we want to have more, we have to become more. So I got to keep working on myself. Okay. Now, the other thing about my life is I'm kind of a sports fanatic. Okay, and I get to speak on stages all over the country, crowds large, crowds small. And I came across this one, and this video kind of says it all to me, because this is what we're up against in personal life and professional life every single day. Pay close attention to the words and see if it relates to your life. Okay?
Whether or not you win this thing, you have to decide how you're going to walk out of here when it's all said and done. Because the game is going to go on. There's only one rule you're going to need to know about. There are no second chances. There's only this moment and the next moment. Every one of those moments is a test that you get to take one time, and only one time. So if you see an opening, tear into it. If you get a shot at victory, make sure you take it. Seize that moment. That moment is a crossroads where everything you want will collide with everything standing in your way. You've got momentum in your back. Fear and doubt are thundering like a freight train stranded. And all you got, the only difference between making history and being history, the only thing you can count on at any given moment is you. It's you versus them. You versus no. You versus can. You versus next year, last year, statistics, excuses. You versus history. You versus the odds. It's you versus second place. Clock is ticking. Let's see what you got.
There are no second chances, and there's only one thing that you can count on. One thing that you can depend on every single day. And I would encourage you to make that the very best that you can be. Okay? What's holding you back? What's holding you back from everything you need, everything you desire, from creating significance? Is there a next level? And if there is a next level, what's preventing you from getting there? And my goal today is to help you maybe think about how we can get there. Because your greatest success is everybody's greatest success. Okay? So let's see what we can do. Like I've already said it twice, 3 times maybe, if you want to have more, you have to become more. Okay? And you attract exactly what we are. What you are. You attract exactly what you are. This is from one of my greatest mentors, Jim Rohn, who I've studied and studied and studied. I was studying him in Automobile University this morning. And I'll share a little bit more with you about that in just a moment. And I continue to permeate in my mind to have the mindset of success. Okay? So who am I? I started the insurance agency business 12/1 of 1986. I left the original agency that I worked in and started a new agency from scratch in 1998. This is what I started with. Nothing. I stumbled upon marketing in 1999. And I learned why I should work on my business, not in it. If you have a business or you work in a business right now, you're working on your business right this minute. Because you're working on you. You're working on the mindset, what you need to work on. In my opinion, the 80-20 rule is always in effect. You should spend up to 20% of your time working on your business and 80% working in it. Okay? I realized that constant implementation allowed me freedom. The mindset shift helped me realize that I was no longer a slave to any business or any situation. And the further I get along in life, the more I learn how to deal with situations, the more I can help other people. And ultimately, that's where it's at. I started teaching and inspiring other people, and then what I found out from that is there's nothing better than teaching and inspiring somebody who wants to be taught and inspired. And when they will implement, execute, and take action, and good things start happening from them, everything changes. It's absolutely incredible. Today I want to share everything with you that I can about creating a mindset for success, so let's get started. You know, my question for you this morning is why? Why? From the time we were a little kid, we're asking why, are we not? Okay? So what is your why? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? Why do you do what you do? What are you trying to accomplish? All right? So let me share with you some of the reasons, and I really had a lot of trouble talking about this for a long, long time. But then when I got an opportunity to speak on bigger stages and share with more people at the same time, I realized that I was really not being true to them. I was holding back. And I found out the more transparent I am, the more that I give, the more it makes a difference for other people. So now I don't hold back on anything. So let me share with you why I get out of bed. And my hope today is that you'll see something that will help you, maybe figure out something about your why. Because when you're crystal clear on this, that's where the real monumental changes begin to happen. Okay? This is a picture of a piece of land in Fallbrook, California, which is right down the freeway, circa about 1948. That's my dad. Okay? This land was purchased by my grandparents in 1944. 32 acres, bare land. My mom and dad grew up across the street from each other in Pasadena, California. They were, living across the street from each other, and so my grandparents used to bring my dad down to this property in the early 1950s to get him out of town because the stories are that he's a bit of a helmet. Okay, so they brought him down here to plant avocados. Okay, so this is my why, and this is the land. This doesn't show up, but this right here, this is the land a couple of years ago. It's got avocado trees on it, and it's still there today. Okay, and this is my why. This is why I get out of bed every single day. Top left is my wife and a number of our grandkids, 6 of our grandkids. Our other grandson, Logan, is in the middle, number 7. Our youngest daughter, our youngest son, our oldest son, our middle son, another middle son, our oldest daughter. And the bottom left are my biking buddies.
So how many was that?
We have 6 kids, 7 grandkids, and this is kind of confidential. It's not out on social media because the parents don't want it out there yet. 8, 9, and 10 are all on the way. Wow.
3 different kids.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. A bigger why. Isn't that fantastic? Right? I love to ride bicycle. I latched onto that probably about 7, 8 years ago. Those are my biking buddies. We do centuries and a couple 100 miles a day and all this kind of cool stuff. But there's nothing better than suffering with other people, reaching your goal, right? Think about that for a minute. Isn't it better to do it together than all by yourself? Absolutely. We're all here together today for a reason. Okay? And then this is my grandparents. This is my grandparents who bought this land in 1944. But here's the caveat. Okay? We moved back down to this area. I grew up in the Bay Area. That's why I'm a Raider fan. Okay? We travel all over the country watching football. In a place called Fremont is where I grew up. But we moved back down here in 1876 because my grandfather passed away and my grandmother was all by herself taking care of this land. She went into a convalescent hospital, was there for almost 11 years, to the tune of $40,000 a year. Okay? They didn't listen to, or the people that were trying to give them advice didn't try hard enough. I don't know the facts. Okay? But long story short, because of that stay, they lost the land. Okay? However, the other thing is my parents are laid to rest on that property. So my why is to find a way to get that back into our family. That's why I get out of bed in the morning. So my encouragement for you is figure out what your why is. Why do you get out of bed? What is it that you want? What is it that you want more than anything else? Figure it out and write it down most importantly. When the why becomes powerful, the how becomes easy. When the why becomes powerful, the how becomes easy. Right? Again, this is what I started with. I've been there multiple times in my life, but I found a way. Okay? So my encouragement is, regardless of what's going on in your world right now, you're starting somewhere and you're going somewhere. And that's cool stuff. So my encouragement for you is to take action. All right? So what is success? They called this talk the mindset of success. And like I said earlier, I'm not sure that I'm qualified to stand up here, but I'll share with you everything that I can. All right? So what is success? I've studied a ton of people in my life that are mega successful people. And so I'm going to share with you a few of the things that I've learned from those people. One of my greatest mentors who I never met is a fellow by the name of Earl Nightingale. So I'm going to share some of his words about success because I believe that what he said is probably as good as it gets. Right? He said success is this. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. A worthy ideal can be many things to many people. Only you know the answer to that, and I believe that it starts with your why. When you know why you get out of bed, why you do what you do, that's the definition of your success, and it's different to everybody. Right? A person who succeeds says something like this: I'm going to become this, and then begins to work toward that goal. I'm going to become this, and then they begin to work towards that goal. Here's some examples for you. A school teacher who's teaching school because that's what he or she wants to do. The woman who's a wife and mother because she wanted to become a wife and mother is doing a good job of it. The entrepreneur who started their own company because that was their dream, and that's what they wanted to do. The salesperson who wants to become a top-notch salesperson and grow and build with their company. So everybody's got their own definition. But it's the person who is anybody who is doing deliberately a predetermined job because that's what he or she decided to do deliberately. Somebody who's doing a predetermined job because that's what they decided to do deliberately. And it's different for everybody. But only 1 out of 20 does that. 80-20 rule is always in effect. That's what I've found in my 28 years of research so far. Only 1 out of 20. You've really got no competition in today's world. If you're going to make a decision and act upon it and have it, a list of goals possibly that you reflect back on fairly often, it's my opinion that you can rise to the top without really too much work. And if you decide to really go at it, the sky is the absolute limit. Right? So these are some of the things that I've done in my own life. Okay? Time frames I'm not super clear on, but we don't take a newspaper anymore. I finally got my wife off the newspaper. I quit a number of years ago. I didn't find there was anything in there that I could control. I didn't find there was anything in there that was really positive that I wanted to put in my mind. So I quit reading it. I don't watch the TV news anymore. I don't listen to radio in the car. I only focus on the things that I have any control over. which is what goes into my mind. And ultimately, that will result in what comes out of me. Okay? This is Automobile University. I said I don't listen to radio in the car anymore. So I've got this whole selection. It's in a bag in my car, and I keep it in my car. And I'm constantly filling my mind with things that are good based on what I'm trying to accomplish in the world at any given time. You know, I've got Nito Cobain in there, I've got Jim Collins, I've got Zig Ziglar, I've got my Success Magazine, I've got Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Blue Ocean Strategy. What I learned from Blue Ocean Strategy, there's the ocean of sameness, and then there's the opposite of that. Are you in the ocean of sameness? Are you conforming with everybody else out there, doing the same thing that everybody else is doing? Or are you doing the exact opposite? If you want to get the same thing you're currently getting today, keep doing the same thing you're currently doing. But if you want something different, we've got to change. Okay? Excuse the mess of this picture. This is my home office. This is my library. And unfortunately, these are the books that I haven't gotten to yet. These are books that I see that I need to read. I order them immediately. When I see something that I need to study, I immediately order. You can get books for $1 or $2 nowadays on Amazon. Who cares if it's used? It's the content that matters. Right? I'm going to get to them. Because this is where it's all at. This is my knowledge base. Okay?
Mike,
Yes, ma'am.
so I totally followed that same idea, but as my time got very busy, I started ordering it on TV, which is wonderful, because drive and learn, right?
Right.
But even beyond that, like especially when I was raising 5 kids by myself and traveling to school, you know, in Loma Linda, back and forth, gone 13 hours a day, I would order online from the library. They would send me the notice when it came in. I would pick up like 4 and drive, and so it was completely free. So just an idea. But
Thank you, Tracy. That's great input. The library is absolutely free. There's no cost. You know, if you don't have any, you don't have a couple bucks to buy something, you can get it from the library. Absolutely no cost. So, is there any excuses?
No.
No. No. Okay. So I subscribe to Success Magazine. If I want to have the mindset of success, then that's what I study. And I find a way. Okay? So I've studied a number of mentors over the years, and you're going to see some of those in just a couple of minutes, but you know, the people that I've studied over the years caused me to start doing certain things, start taking certain actions on a daily basis so that I can continually implement what I need to implement to continue the path to success. Okay? So this is something that I created based on some people that I was studying at the time. This is 2, 3, 4 years ago. A daily fast start checklist. A daily fast start checklist. It's not, I like to think I'm somewhat intelligent, however, I'm busy. And I'm bing, bing, bing. How many messages are coming across our sphere of influence on a daily basis? 15, 20,000? I mean, think about that for just a minute. Yes. Radio, internet, TV, if you listen to it, whatever it is, all right? There's a lot going on. So I need something that I can focus on that will keep me on track to where I want to go. Knowing your destination is all you need to get there. Okay? So I wrote the top 3 things that I must complete today no matter what. Okay? So I write them down right there. And then I had a start time and an end time. And then the first 5 things I do every single day have nothing to do with business, by the way. All right? Cindy's my wife. I write her a personal handwritten note every single day. All right? Because where's my priorities? She is my priority. So I've got to make sure I remind her of that. Okay? Review goals, Living Your Best Year Ever guide. Okay? I've got a sample of one of my Living Your Best Year Ever guides, and I'm going to go into that in just a little bit, but this is one of my old ones. Okay? And we're going to talk about goals in just a minute, so I'll get that out. Oops, sorry about that. Read for 30 minutes, write for 30 minutes, depending on what I got going on in my world. Review today's game plan, anything else that I've got. This just helps me stay on track. Okay? Then I created a planning your plan sheet. Okay? This is a sheet that I don't necessarily use anymore, but it's so permeated in my mind from using it over and over and over again, I can do it from hand, you know, from memory. So, things I must complete today. This one's got 6 people I need to reach out today, people that I'm waiting on, any notes that I've got. At the end of each day, move the data to tomorrow's planning the plan sheet for continued implementation if you didn't get it done. Beware of your inbox. It's nothing but an organizing system for the agenda of others. Right? When they're sending you an email, they're sending it to you, right? Where's that priority? Think about that for just a minute. Viewer, always keep the main thing, focus every single day. So this helps me stay focused on what I need to focus on. This is just another version. I continue to upgrade it based on my need at the particular time. If anybody ever wants this, I'll give it to you in Microsoft Word. I've got it all in Word. Just send me an email. I'll be happy to send it to you. Okay? Because I only send it to you on one condition, though. You've got to use it. You've got to use it. Okay? So this one, same thing, just got projects. If you're working on projects, you can plan the projects. 5 big things I must do to move forward on this particular project. So it just keeps me organized, and I've got in front of me all day, because then when I get interrupted, guess what? Bam! When I'm done with the interruption, I move right back to where I need to be, which is looking at this. Got it? Okay, let's do one other thing real quick. I like to do this, and I should have said this earlier. All right, when I say got it, I want you guys, or when I say get it, I want you to say got it. Get it?
Got it.
Good. I want to make sure you guys are paying attention too, right? Get it?
Got it.
Good. Here we go. It does begin with you. It does begin with you, and I know I've said that a lot, but ultimately at the end of the day, like the little red mirror says, right, there's only one person standing between you and all the success you desire. That's you. So I want you to answer this question silent in your mind. Ready? Ready?
Right.
Okay, good. Get it?
Got it.
Good. Here we go. Would I follow me?
Sometimes.
Would I follow me? All right, so sometimes, and if there's a sometimes not, if we want to have more, we have to become more, right? So what do we have to become? Like I said earlier on, nobody died, that's okay. So we got some things that we need to work on, and that's all right. I am so far from perfect, it's not even funny. I've got lots to work on, but that's opportunity, right? Right? So would I follow me? I love that thought. I learned that in my study roughly about a year ago. Great thought. I learned this just this last weekend. These are where the battles are. These are where the battles are. You got the culture going on all around you. I don't know what you feel about society. I have certain thoughts, and I'm not going to go into that today. You got your family and your friends. Are they supporting you in every way possible? Are you supporting them in every way possible? All right? What's going on in your heart and your mind? Because ultimately, that's where it starts. We attract exactly what we are. So if we're somebody that people want to be hanging around, that's a good thing. Because we're giving back to them. It's worthwhile. And if we're not, maybe we've got some things to work on. Get it?
Got it.
Okay, good. All right. This is another visual that I love. This, in my humble opinion, should be our excuse limit. All right? So it's important that we focus on certain things when we think about this. All right? We're going to get to that in just a minute. All right? It's because what's coming to you is coming from you. I love this. I learned it from my friend Rick just this year. What's coming to you is coming from you. All right. This is Carl. Carl's fairly new on our team, our business team. All right? And the reason I put this picture of Carl up there is because I asked Carl to do 3 things every single day when he started this. 3 things, very simple. Not too many, right? It's not complicated. I said, I want you to work on you every single day for 15 minutes. I want you to work on your marketing every single day for 15 minutes. And I want you to work on your pipeline every single day. Does everybody know what I mean by pipeline? It's your list of prospects and other business people that you want to connect with every single day. It's my premise that if he works on that every single day, just like I've asked him based on my research over 28 years, that he will be successful. Who's making the decision to do that?
He is.
He is. We have struggles, 80-20 rule. 80% of the time he is, 20% is not. So my question to him is, why don't you want to be successful? Back to the why. Why? Why don't you want to be successful? That just puzzles me. Right? My mentors. This is my dad. My dad was my best friend. In 2000, we lost my dad. But one of the things my dad said to us when we found out he was sick, he said, look, I've had 62 of the greatest years that a guy could ever have. So I want you to focus on that. I'll never forget that. So these are some of the mentors I've had. Okay? But this is the biggest lesson I've learned in my adult life. mostly about business, but a lot about life as well, because business translates to life. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And life translates to business in a lot of ways, right? So when I was 38, it went on like a light bulb. I couldn't believe it. I said, dang it, I wish I had learned this when I was 18, or I probably did learn it, but I just didn't pay attention to it. Listen to people who know more than you do about any subject and run with it. There's lots of highly intelligent people out there. We don't have to know everything. Let our pride barrier down, learn from those people, and run with it, implement. And when I decided to do that, I made the decision. It all starts with a decision. My life changed forever for the better. I could tell you story upon story, event upon event that's happened since then when I made the decision to do this. Unbelievable. I'm living a dream right now. I really am. Okay? So this is one of my early mentors, Michael Gerber, author of the E-Myth, Entrepreneurial Myth. Okay? I got to study under Michael. I got to speak behind Michael on a big national stage. It was absolutely incredible. I learned a lot about business systems from Michael and lots of other cool stuff about business. Okay? This is one of my greatest marketing mentors, Bill Glazer, of Glazer Kennedy. I believe that I'm a marketer first who just happens to work in the insurance agency business and other areas of business, okay? Because it does all start with the market, okay? This is Laura Bruno, who was here locally. I invested in Laura's full annual mastery program to learn more about people, Do you believe that people are different?
Oh.
Everybody's different, right? I still carry the card in my pocket every single day. And I learn every single day about people and their personalities. Because when you understand people's personalities, you're better able to connect with them and ultimately serve them better. Because that's what it's all about. It's not about you, it's about serving them better. So I had to understand people's personalities. And I connected with her. She and I got along really well. We still get along well today. Good friends. She helped me understand people's personalities. Okay? This is a guy that I studied under 3 years ago. Mr. Darren Hardy, he is the publisher of Success Magazine. Absolutely incredible, off the charts, life-changing events happened throughout that particular year. If I wanted to have more, I had to become more. So what I learned to do is just invest in the very best that I could get next to learn from. My thought process today, I try to invest up to 10% of my income in one of these mentors. I try to invest up to 10% of my income in one of these mentors so that I can become more. There's so many mega successful people out there in the world. So my encouragement is, get close to somebody who's successful. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. Pick up on the clues and implement. I'm going to give you a couple tools that I've got here in just a minute to hopefully help you implement these things. All right? This is my current mentor for this year. It's James Malinchak. He was the Secret Millionaire. He's a internationally known speaker trainer. Since I've been invited to be on a lot of stages, I need to get better at what I do. So I'm going to invest in the best to learn from the best. All right? So got to go over his house, spend a day with him. Absolutely off the charts. And I continue to learn from him. Okay? I'm learning from him throughout the year. So my secret to share with you, which is no secret, okay, just invest in somebody to help you. The interesting thing is, think back to your kids, if you have children or somebody else in your life. What I found, we have 6 kids, and what was kind of frustrating, they would ask me a question, they would ask me for advice, I would tell them everything that I knew, and they wouldn't do anything with it. My thing is, I think sometimes when we're really close to people, we kind of tune out sometimes. I don't know if you find that in life. Unfortunately, my wife and I have been together for 24 years. Well, fortunately, we've been together for 24 years. But, sometimes when we're talking, I'm not listening like I should. I know that, and she knows that. That's why she says to me, what did I just say? Okay? Hopefully, I'm listening completely, right? But, it's just the human side of life. I don't know if there's really anything we can do about it. So that's why having somebody from outside of your center of influence can be really helpful. Got it? Got it? Okay, good. All right. So let me share with you where I've come to as far as goals, okay? Because I said earlier, knowing your destination is all you need to get there. Knowing your destination is all you need to get there. So, you know, if a plane is parked at LAX and it's going to JFK on the other side of the country, do they not program the computer to go to JFK? If they don't have any kind of device to get the plane to that particular destination, it's going to be all over the place and it's never going to reach its destination. I'm kind of the same way. So I've got to, in a sense, program myself to get me to the destination that I want to get to. Okay? So I learned from studying people that are a lot more successful than I am how to set my goals. Okay? So nowadays, I've got goals. I've got multiple sets of goals. And I didn't put all my goals up there, but I've got them right here in front of me. And these are actually 2013. They're personal goals. Okay? So I've got personal goals. Okay? I've got things that I want to do personally to become more. I look at these every single morning. Before I even open email, before I do anything else, I look at my goals. And I read them out loud. I'm sitting in my home office. My wife's a night owl, so she's normally asleep, and I'm back there in my quiet time, just get done what I need to get done. Last year, my top one, I'm not afraid to say it, 365 days of the best year ever of marriage. All right? We had a lot of good years so far, but isn't it great when you have the best? And can it get better? Yes. Right? So I read my goals. So I've got personal goals. I've got mental goals. Things that I need to be thinking about mentally. Okay? You know, invest 10% in betterment would be a mental goal. Read 30 minutes daily could be a mental goal. Things that will help me mentally to have the mindset of success. Okay. My health goals. One thing I learned from watching my dad go is that caused me to immediately improve my health, to change the way I lived. I exercise most days now. I got up this morning to exercise because I have found that when I exercise and when I do certain things with regard to health, I'm better. And when I'm better, then I can be better for other people. And when I'm better for other people, that's when the wins start. Okay, so I know, you know, if somebody were to say, Mike, describe your very best day to me, it would include taking a bike ride in the morning. Okay, so I exercise. And I make sure I take care of my health. I read labels, I watch what I eat, and I don't want to go on a preaching sermon here, but I mean, it's important. We only have one shot at health. I told every one of my kids this, and I preach it, and I preach it, and I preach it. We have one shot at health. You can't buy health. You can't get it back. You've only got one shot. Just like in life. You've only got one shot. Make the most of it. Right? Contribution goals, got to give back. Got to give back in some way. And that continues to change. My business goals. I have business goals for our agency. I encourage my team members to set goals. We have an accountability system that we built into our business to help them achieve their goals or whatever they got in their life. I want nothing more than for those people to reach the highest level and beyond. I want nothing more. And I will tell them that anytime they ask. And I will help them in any way that I can. I've got that other consulting business, so I got business goals for that. Okay? The only way to achieve true success is to express yourself completely in service to society. That's what Aristotle said. I believe that. I believe that. So, you know, I've got my goals. I've got them written down, and I've got them scanned. The ones that I look at every day are on my computer, on my desktop. I've got it on my home desktop. I've got it on my tablet. I've got it on my work computer. It's there. So wherever I'm at, the excuse limit is? Zero. Okay? Why not us? I don't know if you like football. If you don't, yeah. This is Russell Wilson. Super Bowl champion quarterback Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. And when a team wins a championship, I love to watch the post game. Why? Because they're talking about how they did it, how they accomplished what they accomplished. And what Russell Wilson said after they won it, he said, my dad beat this into my head. He said, Russ, you be thinking about this all of the time. Why not us? Why not you? Why not you? Why not you? Why can't you be the best health coach that the world knows? Mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever you are. Why not you? What's holding you back? Is it the one in the mirror? Or is it something else? Is it that culture, that circle of influence? Why not you? Why not now? My buddy Rick didn't expect Dad to be here. So the cards worked out. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I better take care of things now. That's why I'm standing here sharing with you guys. My hope, my goal, is that you'll hear something today that will cause you to say, why not now? Why not me? Why not today? Make that phone call to that person that conversation you don't want to have. You'd be amazed. It's probably something on there and maybe not you. But when you're both done, you're going to feel better. Why not now? My premise is you've got to believe. You've got to believe that there's better. You've got to believe that it's going to work out. You know, one of the things that I try to encourage our team members that work in our businesses is, it always works out. And they might be thinking, well, you don't know the truth. You don't know the whole story. No, I don't know the whole story. And I don't want to know the whole story. But it's my foundation in my life that it does work out. I can tell you stories upon stories of things that have gone wrong in my own life. I was a single dad with 3 kids for 4 years. My wife left. My first wife. Years ago, 1980s. Here I am, and they're all just fine. Right? Why not now and why not you? You gotta believe, and you gotta have faith. This is on the wall in my office because I need to look at this all the time. I've got to have faith when things go wrong. You know, one of my other mentors, Dave Ramsey, says it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Things are going to go wrong. Okay? You got to have faith. Seeing it with your heart when all your eyes see is the darkness ahead. You got to believe and you got to have faith. It's my premise that you got to have that in your mindset. Your mindset of success. Okay? So I want to share with you 15 traits. And I would encourage you to write these down. I would encourage you to write these down. I pulled these from my studies of success and successful people. And I thought about, have I lived these in my own life? I've touched these one way or another. So I would encourage you to write down these 15 traits. Action. Action is the key. If you will take action on anything, just having, if you believe and have faith, that even if it goes wrong, you're going to learn from it, it will lead you to the next step. Taking action will lead you to the next step. Success is achieved and maintained by those who try and keep trying. W. Clement Stone. Attitude. Attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. A great attitude does much more than turn on the light in our worlds. It seems to magically connect us to all sorts of serendipitous opportunities that were somehow absent before we changed. When can we change? Now? An hour from now? Later today? Tomorrow? We can change all the time. We can change for the good, change for the bad. Who's it up to? Us. Choice. We all have choices. Every life form seems to strive to its maximum except human beings. Isn't that fun? Isn't that interesting? How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. Human beings, on the other hand, have all been given the dignity of choice. We've all got choices. We live in the richest, the greatest country in the world. Yes, we've got issues, but it's the richest, greatest country in the world. We have choice. We have freedom. Why not you? Why not now? You can choose to be all you can be, or you can choose to be less. Why not stretch up to the full measure of the challenge and see what you all can do? Commitment. Commitment is that turning point in your life when you seize the moment and convert it to an opportunity that will alter your destiny. But like I said, it starts with the action. And you got to have the attitude of belief and faith that it's going to work out. And if it's not going to work out, you're going to learn from it. Courage. You got to have the courage to do it as well. Sometimes getting on the path to success and staying on it requires faith in the process, especially at the start. That makes you a pioneer. Pioneers don't know what's out there. But out there, they go anyway. That's why being a pioneer takes such courage. Courage means to have a purpose and to have a heart. To have a purpose, to have goals, to have a why. Why not that? Why not you? Enthusiasm. Do it enthusiastically. Do it enthusiastically. Do it with passion. That's why it's important to identify your why. Because when you identify your why, that's you. That's your why. You're passionate about it and you're enthusiastic about it. Flaming enthusiasm, backed up by horse sense and persistence, is the quality that most often makes for success. Goal setting. We talked about goals. I shared some of my goals. The victory of success is half won when one gains the habit of setting goals and achieving them. Even the most tedious chore will become endurable as you parade through each day, convinced that every task, no matter how menial or boring, brings you closer to fulfilling your dreams. What is the life of your dreams? Have you ever thought about writing your eulogy? What do you want it to say?
Oh, I did that.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, I was kind of shocked when we showed up for an annual planning meeting and they gave everybody a piece of paper and they said, what do you want on your tombstone? I thought this was a planning strategy for the year, you know, your goals to do something. And they wanted us, what do you want on your tombstone? And I thought, okay. So I put on there that I want people to think of me as an encouragement, what was it? To remember me as a loving, compassionate person.
Fantastic.
That was my goal.
Thank you for sharing. I personally haven't done it, but I mean, think about that for a minute. Knowing your destination is all you need to get there. Gratitude. My life continues to get better the more I have an attitude of gratitude. I am so grateful for the opportunity to be standing here today. I'm grateful for the opportunity to lead and train my team. I'm grateful for the opportunity to lead our kids and our grandkids. And with the grandkids, it even gets better because all the mistakes that I made with the 6 kids, now I know the things I did wrong. And boy, I am on the ball with all 7 of them and the 3 that are coming. They don't know what they have in front of them. But my encouragement would be that I can lead them to the places that I've learned to get to. There's nothing better. The more you recognize and express gratitude for the things you have, the more things you'll have to express gratitude for. Habits. Whatever your present situation, I assure you that they're not your habits. Think about that for a minute. You can replace your old patterns or self-defeating behavior with new patterns, new habits of effectiveness, happiness, and trust-based relationships. People do business with people. People have relationships with people that they know, like, and trust. Fantastic, good job. Know, like, and trust. And in my opinion, that trust one is the big one. You confide in people you don't trust? No. Knowledge. That's why I study. The more knowledge I have, the more I can become. I can't. Joe asked me a question about something I don't know the answer. I can't help Joe. So I've got to make sure that I've got everything that people might need from me. And the cool thing is, the more I study, the more situations that I walk into that I've got the answer. That's a cool place to be. When you can constantly help people all the time, and you've got most of the answers, you know, that's why I try to be as humble as I can. I pray to be humble every day, but, you know, in the same breath, people say to me, Mike, you're pretty confident. Well, I feel that way because I've got a lot of knowledge, and I can help people in most situations. Right. Knowledge is a raw material of production and value in this age. It used to be that the main difference between people in our society was between those who have more and those who have less. Today, however, the difference is between those who know more and those who know less. Knowledge is king, it was said years ago. Motivation. Got to be motivated somehow, some way. So find out what motivates you. Write it down. What gets written down gets done. What gets written down gets done. My premise at my age is that what I handwrite notes all the time because I believe it goes right up my arm into my head. Typing is different, I think. That's just my own opinion. Okay? A burning desire is the greatest motivator of every human action. The desire for success implements success consciousness, which in turn creates a vigorous and ever-increasing habit of success. Anybody know who Paul J. Meyer is, by chance? Paul J. Meyer is the originator of the Success Foundation. Knows a little bit about subject matter, I'm going to say. Passion. We talked about passion. Find something you're passionate about and operate in that area at least 80% of the time. The 80-20 rule is always in effect. Right? You were made for success, created for unique and magnificent destiny. Dream the extraordinary. Dream. Dream. Sit back in your chair for 30 seconds and just think about that place you want to get to, and then write it down and make it part of your goals. Pursue your passion with faith and tenacity that will bring you to the destiny which will make it reality. Perseverance, you've got to persevere. I said earlier, it's going to rain, things are going to go wrong, something's going to happen. You're running somebody with a bad attitude. It might be a family member. How's that work out? It's hard. I got that situation in my own life. Right now. The strongest oak of the forest is not the one that is protected from the storm and hidden from the sun. It's the one that stands in the open where it's compelled to struggle for existence against the winds and the rains and the scorching sun. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. I didn't get into books. It's the first positive motivational book that I ever read again and again. Positive thinking. Whenever a negative thought concerning your personal power comes to mind, deliberately voice a positive thought, cancel it out. And I'm not saying, anything airy-fairy or hokey. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I like, there's two choices, right? Positive or negative. I just happen to like the positive. So, when something bad comes along my path, I look, well, how can I make this better? Or what can I do? What can I contribute to make it better? Turn it, right? Because on the other side of every negative is a positive. Which will lead you to this place. I can't tell you how fortunate I am standing here today when I lay my head to rest every single night. But mostly, I've got this. I don't have any day that I regret. I don't have to worry. My focus in life right now is not money. It's lots of other things. So for that, I'm grateful. It's not been easy because I remember this day a lot. Hard days. Hard days. The more tranquil one becomes, the greater their success, their influence, and their power for good. They're like a shade tree giving in a thirsty land or sheltering a rock in a storm. They're powered for good. I was looking at this last night, preparing. By the way, I've been working on this for 3 weeks. I didn't just put this together last night for y'all. Because it was important to everybody that invested time to be here. Powered for good. That's where it's at. Came across a point last November, and I love to ask my wife her opinion because my wife is one of the smartest people I know, and I respect her opinion. So I was sharing with her that we've come to this point in our life where we've achieved just a little bit of success. Many say I don't know, but anyway, I said, fulfillment. What does that look like? She goes, what do you think it is? I said, I don't know. I think there's something else out there. I just don't know what it is. So I'm an avid football fan. And so one of my traveling buddies got a hold of me and he said, hey, this was after the football playoffs were set. And I had this other guy that I had reached out to and made a friendship. He's on the East Coast, lives in North Carolina. He's a huge Denver Broncos fan. Born in Colorado, grew up, all that kind of stuff. So we had a bit of a friendship going, and Chargers were going to Denver for the playoffs. So I reached out to my traveling buddy and I said, hey, why don't we get this guy, by the way, this guy's in the military. He's an Army Ranger, has served our country, multiple trips to Afghanistan, and he had another one coming up January the 19th. And I said to my buddy, I said, hey, why don't we get this guy a plane ticket and a game ticket? He'd never been to an NFL playoff game and only 1 or 2 NFL games, period. I said, wouldn't that be cool? Fulfillment. Okay? This is him. This is Mickey. Right. Army Ranger, serves our country, huge Denver Broncos fan. So I went to my wife and I said, hey, I think I've got an idea that might lead to this fulfillment that we were talking about. She goes, what are you thinking? I said, I'm thinking we're going to buy him a plane ticket and a ticket to the game. Me and Jay are going to go there and we're going to be with him and show him the way, and because he's leaving for Afghanistan, we're going to send him off with a huge gift of gratitude. She goes, I think you should do it. So within 30 minutes, I was in there on the computer. We had to take a spot and everything. So that was cool. However, there's always more, is there not? Is there not another level? There's always another level. So we have the tickets, and it's the week of the game. And so, like about Wednesday, I'm sitting in my home office early in the morning thinking, there's got to be more. If you like sports at all, where's the best place to be at a sports event? On the field. On the field. On the field. So I'm thinking, how can we get to the field? So I Googled. I don't know if you've heard of Google. They're available 24/7, 365. They're very helpful. So I Googled Denver Broncos media team. Guess what I got? I got 3 phone numbers and 3 email addresses. All right. So, oh, by the way, this is Mickey's text. When I call him and told him of the plane ticket and all that, he goes, I'm approved. I'm so excited I can't even focus on work. I can't even think of a way to tell you how awesome this is. This is way beyond the gift. I'm so happy I'm babbling. I can't tell you. So, anyway. So I sent out this email January the 10th at 3:07 p.m. I know this is a long shot, but we can't score unless we throw a pass, right? I came up with that only because of my marketing background. I mean, I love marketing, and I know how to understand my marketplace and to write the right words at the right time sometimes. And I just happen to get lucky here. I told her my story, and keep in mind, your story is the story. Who else has your story? Nobody. Use your story. Share it with people. All right, and I told him of Mickey's huge Broncos fan. After learning this, we arranged for Mickey's plane flight and a ticket to the game. He'll be there. My question is it possible to buy or comp Mickey a pass to the sidelines? Our desire is that he leaves January 19th with an incredible memory before he puts his life on the line for our freedom. Here's my phone number. Thanks for reading this email if it's received. I didn't know. 5:13 p.m. Here it comes. I'll leave a field pass at the media center under Mickey's name, tunnel A, across from Hotel VQ. They can access the field. I'll send you a detail sheet tomorrow when I get to my computer. Thanks for looking out for our friend. Just ask. Just flipping ask. What are they going to say? No? They might say yes. So here's she again. She said, Mike, I have to tell you, you got me with the line. I know this is a long shot, but we can't score unless we throw the pass, right? Football game? Got it. Right. Tell Mickey to text me when he arrives. I'm glad you threw the pass. Good work. We'll take good care of Mickey. It's the Broncos way. Okay. So there he is at the airport. Pretty happy.
Having no clue at that point he's going to be.
This is what he said. I just told him he's going on the field.
Well, I think my head is going to explode today. I'm going down to the field, Mile High Stadium, Sports Authority. Peyton Manning will be on the field. Eric Decker, Wes Welker. Hopefully Von Miller will be there. I'd love to give him a high five, tell him to help his knee recover. I think my head's going to explode because Jameson's not going to have a dad anymore, because my head's going to explode and I'll just be dead on Sports Authority field.
Wow, it was awesome. There he is in the parking lot with AKA Scottie Pippen. We found all these Bronco fans. He showed at the time of his life. There we are down on the field. We got down on the field. There's his spirituality guys, Peyton Manning, Wes Welker down on the field. There he is. We got him down close to the players in a spot. He was high-fiving all the players as they run around the field. I mean, good stuff. Great stuff.
Hi, I'm Mickey McKinley, U.S. Army Ranger. Get ready to go to Afghanistan next week for quick deployment, serving my country once again. I'm here in Denver, Mile High Stadium, Sports Authority, Broncos, #1 seed, going to the playoffs against the Chargers. I've been given the wonderful opportunity to fly here from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, all the way to Denver. get to see my Broncos whoop up on the Chargers and hopefully make it to the Super Bowl this year. What an awesome opportunity that I've been given. Once in a lifetime. I'm born and raised in Colorado. Never had an opportunity to ever come to a playoff game. What a great opportunity I've been given, and I'm so thankful for it. Anytime you get an opportunity, don't waste it. Seize every chance you ever get. It's awesome. Leave no regrets.
Every time you get an opportunity, seize it. Every time you get an opportunity, seize it. Why not you? Why not now? This is one of my taglines that I try to share with people, and it's simply an encouragement. To make a difference, to be unstoppable, and like he said, leave no regrets. My goal is that you've learned something today that will help you. I got this for you. If you don't know where to start here. Write down 3 things. 3 things. Might be personal, might be professional, might be a little bit of both. Who knows? Only you know, and that's all that really matters. Write down 3 things. Implement 3 things every single day. Do it for 5 days a week. Give yourself 2 days off. Got to recharge. Do it for 50 weeks a year. Give yourself a couple weeks off. Got to recharge. At the end of your first 12 months, you're going to have implemented 750 new things. And you can. Why not you? Why not now? Small choices plus consistency plus time equals massive results. It's the little choices, but it's the consistency in your dedication, even when times are bad. Your action plan. What is your action plan? I encourage you to write it down. What gets written down gets done. Don't think about it. Don't discuss it. Write it down and implement. That's where it all starts. This is brand new. This was born on the Temecula Creek Inn golf course 2 weeks ago. About the 11th hole. With one of my best friends who has the same kind of mindset. And he said, Mike, if people will just be more, they can do more. I stopped the golf court, I got out a piece of paper and I wrote that down. I said, dude, that's it. We couldn't get the one without the hyphen, but the more I think about it, the hyphen is a stop point, right? Be more, do more. That's a live site now. Okay? I'm not sure where it's going, and I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I believe and I have faith that good things are going to happen. It's going to be an encouragement for people. I'm looking for people that want to be more and do more. So if you want to be one of those people who encourages other people through your story or something else, get a hold of me. We'll put it up there. I've got somebody who creates websites on my team, and we want to be more and do more. So that's my encouragement for you today. With Match with Gratitude, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity to be with you today. Thank you for investing time in yourself, in your business, in your legacy, in your family, and everything else. But your time is now. So please, take immediate action, and don't move for a second. I'm honored that one of my teammates is here with us today. Sorry to share your secret. Her name is Crystal Pritchett. She's part of my team. I can't share with you how happy, grateful I am that she's part of our team. She's a rock star, even if she won't admit it. So, but we have a gift for you today. So Crystal's going to help me out. You've heard me talk about Nightingale. Okay, so I hand out this book as often as I can. If you've already got one, give it to somebody else. Yeah, these are people in this room. There you go. Okay. So now you have to give it to somebody else. I know Dion's got one. Here's the deal. This little book has changed my life. This is one of the books that's changed my life. Just a little read. Now, what happened to me is in the back is a CD. Somebody gave me this CD. That mentor that I talked about, Nobody Died, he's the one that gave me this CD. 7, 8 years ago, I'm going to say. I've worn 4 of them out. All right? After I listened to it a few times, the first time I said, wow. So I went and found the book. Now I keep a supply of these and I hand them out as often as I can because this was recorded in 1955 by Earl Nightingale. Went, you know, like wildfire, like that happy song. It was like that. It's like, okay? Listen to the words. It's so true. There's nothing new under the sun. There's books that were written thousands of years ago. It's the same stuff. It just looks different in today's world. There's nothing new under the sun. Please give it a listen. Please give it a read. And most importantly, share it with everybody that you can. Because that's the cool stuff. All right? I got one more thing for you. All right. Everybody get a business card in here? No? Okay, that's it. All right.
Do you have yours? There's one more.
Oh, that was my card. Oh, no, never mind, never mind.
We have bridal tux in the house?
Yeah.
Khakis in there. Okay. I got an idea.
You need tape?
Nope. No, it's got a bottom to it, but they're sliding around. Do.
Do you want this box?
Sorry, John. No, I'm good for it. Okay. Remember I said it was going to rain? Things don't always go as they plan. All right, I've also got this book right here. This is the name. This is a blank one. Living Your Best Year Ever. I'm on my 3rd year. Okay. And this is mine. That's all filled out. I work it every Sunday night. I've got an accountability partner who I have to talk to every Friday. Be accountable to him. It's sometimes fun, and sometimes not fun. But I know it's coming. That's been the life changer. That accountability partner has been the life changer. And so I want to give away one of these books to somebody, and I'm going to have Crystal. We can start.
Nicole wants it.
What is it?
Corey and Therese Lewis.
What is it? Congratulations. You're welcome. All right. You can get that book if you really want it. It's about $30. Just Google Darren Hardy, Living Your Best Year Ever.
Oh, Hardy.
Yeah, so good stuff. I picked that up because he was my mentor a couple of years ago. So, but anyway, again, I can't thank you enough. I can't be grateful enough. And thank you for investing time today. How are we doing time-wise?
You're good.
Anybody have any questions? Okay.
What do you do on the days that you don't feel like taking action?
I have a picture of my why. Remember that why collage? My bathroom mirror is the place that I put stuff. Why? Because I got to look in the bathroom mirror before I leave. Well, most days. I look in the bathroom mirror before I leave, so I see it. And I've got things posted to the dashboard of my car. I've got them all over the place. I've got my why there. You know, one of the things, and when I have the worst days of the worst, this is the CD I still listen to. Because it reminds me that we live in the greatest country in the world, filled with abundance beyond belief. And when things don't go, things don't go right, it's a lesson. And that's just the place that I've come to. I wasn't always fortunate enough to know that and feel that way, but my encouragement is today, here I am, knowing that and experiencing that. So I listen to stuff like that. I just find something that's fulfilling. I reflect back on, what happened with Mickey, just think about those times. And the good news is, the more you implement that kind of stuff, the more you have back to reflect upon. So my accountability partner's on call, my wife's on call, so just depends.
What do you call it?
Anybody, any other questions, comments,
It
thoughts?
just depends on how firm you want the kick in the pants to be.
Come again?
It depends on how firm you want the kick in the pants to be. Like,
Yeah.
who you call?
But you know, no one cares how much you know until they know you care. So I think anybody that's going to kick me in the pants, I know they care, and I know the reason they're kicking me in the pants is because they care. That makes sense? So, and I share that with them as well. I said, you know, sometimes I'll preface a statement that I'm going to make when I might think it's going to be kind of harsh. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm saying it because I care. And I just want to let you know what I'm going to say in a second. I'm only saying it because I care. And I think you need to hear it at the time. I'll preface it with that, just, you know, so it's not taken their life. Anything else? You guys rock.
Thank you.